Captain of Industry Update 2 is live with the custom map editor. We created this map of Paris. We started over here in Ile de la Cité and then we expanded on this side. We haven't really expanded yet on that side. You can see the bridge is not even completely finished, but we're definitely making a lot of great progress over here, in particular to get this flatter and flatter. It used to be full of mountain, full of also holes, including holes in the sea, and now slowly but surely they're all getting filled. We have also at the end of the last episode, if you've seen it, and if you haven't, just check in the video description below for the full playlist. We started this underground new pit, and I've just built this whole new thing there that we need to talk about. This is an advanced sorting facility. You can see 3 ore sorting plants, and you can see a couple of those loose storages, and on top of it we're now using those lifts to get the resources out of the mining pit. So we don't need to have ships going, trucks going inside and then outside. Instead they can just stay at the top and take the resources. So let me show you what's happening over here. This is going to be a copper ore. We can actually change it. This is a copper sorting plant. It's going to be able to take rock, dirt and copper ore. Right, so for this mountain, for example, we are probably going to have all 3 of those things. So this is what's going to be sorted there. Then next to it, we do have a copper ore directly, because I have checked this one, reject single product load. So if a truck is full of copper ore, it doesn't have to go through this. It can go directly into the loose storage. Similarly, if it's full of dirt, it can go directly into this one, and if it's full of rock, it can go directly into this one. You can see that I've actually made also use of the advanced logistics to tell them where they can go. All of the trucks that are from this mining tower that will go into here can only go there. So that's what's going to happen. If there's copper, dirt and rock, they can go into the sorting. If not, they can go directly into those 3 there. Now we have a 4th one, which is for iron ore, right? If we find only iron ore, because there is also an iron ore mountain there, this will go directly into this one. Into this one, sorry. And similarly on the complete other side, we're doing the same. This one is the iron sorting plant. So, not plant. So if this one has, a mix of iron, rock and dirt, it goes there. And then the middle one is if you have both iron and copper and rock and dirt, you can go into this one in the middle. Because, when we're gonna be doing things over here, that's probably going to start to get mixed. So that's why we have the middle one. And then we have a couple of belts, to merge those things. For example, all of the iron ore will go into this one. Then we have rock there, we have dirt, that's going to take, the dirt from this one, plus the dirt from that one, right? This is this belt over here. And then over here we have the rock. So it's the rock from this one, plus the rock there. And similarly on the other side, we're gonna have the copper and more rock, more dirt. And then we tell them, you can get empty the dirt, please, and the rock. And same rock and dirt, you can get it empty. So as I said, we'll probably have, a 2nd tower somewhere over here. This one will do actually the iron, right? So it will go more kind of on this one there. We need to also add here this one. Good. And it doesn't really need that one, to be honest, but it's fine to leave it. Let's actually, just in case, we can also put this one. It's fine. But the key thing is that with this advanced logistics, they will not go anywhere else. They will just stay over here. So that's pretty good. There's no, I know you have no thing to mine over here because they just finished cleaning this part. I could then get them to continue over here, or I could get them to clean. I think we're gonna get them to clean that part here. So let's go, because will we get, there may be a bit of iron, but not too much. By the way, I'm also making progress on the coal one over here. We're starting to go quite down, and I also made a mistake over here. It was a bit too high, so I'm cleaning, on both sides over here. But yeah, we're gonna be able to go quite down, and so we have coal. That's not the problem. So obviously we're gonna use this big new ore facility to dig into those two mountains, getting us copper and coal, and that's when we can start building this. So let's actually start by the steel one, so I can delete the old steel one, because I actually want to make, instead of having the ramp this side, I actually want to have the ramp that side. So we're gonna do this, but I need to first build this. Now we have a lot of resources. You can see we're full basically on everything, including more than 700 of red parts, more than 800 gold parts. So not a problem. We should be able to build a lot of it. We don't actually need to build the whole thing. Maybe, we're gonna build half like this. This is using actually all of my gold parts. One thing you could also do is, now that we have a city that's functioning pretty well, is you can take a loan just to increase your credit score. So for example, I could say, give me, I don't know, 100 of those gold parts, because this way when I repay it, my credit score will increase, and with this I will be able in the future to borrow some more. If I need more than 100, I can get more than 100. So I think it's a good thing to do from time to time. So it's starting to get built. This way we can also build this one. Now obviously it's gonna take a couple of minutes for them to bring some resources, but here is the coal already. Oh, and we're low on worker, but don't worry, we're going to delete this one. So let's actually do that now. Delete all of this. Okay. We used all over Unity 2, but I think it was worth it. So I'm gonna build this. By the way, I also changed from the last episode the orientation. I think in the last episode I had said I'm gonna put them this size, but now I decided to change them, put them this side now. We put it align, and I changed also, I put, obviously now putting them this side, I put the output on that side so that it's close to where we need it. And then I think later on we're gonna create our new bus over here. That's gonna be our bus. I think that's gonna be quite a long way to go. So that is good. Okay, it's already been deleted. Perfect. So this, we can say it is off, but you deliver as much as possible. Versus later on we can block this one. Okay, this is gonna get empty, I'm sure. Yeah, slowly but surely. Good. So yeah, and here look at this, with how many 10 excavators, and it's the small ones. I still haven't moved into large vehicles because I'm not making glass yet. I know you could buy glass over here, but I think we're fine. We can wait a minute for this. So yeah, with those 10 excavators, they definitely go very fast. They send, all of the soil there. I'm going to also, oops, wrong button. I'm going to also put some over here. Good. So slowly but surely, we are making this island very flat. So I've repaid it, and you can see that now instead of being able to only borrow 100, I can borrow 230. So I can almost do the same thing now, reborrow again, and then almost repay right away in this case. Okay, again, a couple of years have passed, and you can see hopefully a lot of great progress, in particular over here. Now this is working really well, in particular for my copper. We're starting to dig copper through the mountain. It's being delivered, into this low storage and into this one. This is basically full now. We haven't really started the iron. I mean, I started it for a while. This is why this is full over here, but then I stopped because I wanted to finish cleaning this part to make it very, flat all the way, right? It's all the way flat. I deleted the cargo that was here, but it's all flat now. So there was a lot of iron over here that went into all of those deposits. I'm gonna first empty those deposits. That's why we have a U-shaped conveyor going directly into this one before I delete this, and then we can restart the iron over here. So these resources, are starting to go also into those new ones over here, right? We have the copper that is starting over here, including using some acid for sure. Let's go to full. Right, we have the acid that is prioritized to make sure we don't lose any copper, sorry, and it goes into this copper unit storage there. Then similarly over here, the steel I showed you at the before, right? We started this one. I'm gonna make sure that there's a bit more water. It seems a bit low. So this is starting, right? We have at the bottom the level 2 to make sure we can do all 8 very soon, and that's creating some steel. Now, before talking about the new bus I'm starting over here, let's talk about the very quick and dirty dumb thing I did over here, just to move from the research lab equipment level 2 to lab equipment level 1 to lab equipment level 2. So this is taking some steel, some lab equipment, and a bit of paper. And then, you know, I'm storing it here. I don't know why. I need to check why the paper stopped, but anyway, it's over here, and it will be able to go into those lab research lab level 3. So let's do this. Upgrade to level 3 those 2. Perfect. So with this, why is this not going? I'm paused. Okay. So with this, you know, we will be able to restart our research. In particular over here we have thermal desalination that I'm really keen to get into. There's a glass making, it's going to be important. Naphtha and reforming, really good, so we can improve our diesel production, we can improve our ship, right, to get into more of the map and much more. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Actually, I think we're gonna start with the vehicles because I'd love to have more vehicles, but then for sure we're gonna want some of these guys here. The glass making is a critical one. Yeah, that's a good start. And then probably these ones here. Yeah, love it. We'll be able to get into chickens too. So yeah, there's a lot. So yes, there's a lot that's going to be enabled. I do want to check, you know, our paper. So I started also a very small basic paper production over here. It's basically starting with some wood, right? Take some wood, the wood goes into a shredder to make wood chips. Then this wood chip goes over here into this chemical plant with a bit of limestone that's coming from here and a bit of steam. Why is the steam not working? Oh, this is because this is paused, sorry. So because this was paused, there was no water going into the boiler, and no water in the boiler means that this whole thing was not working. But now it's gonna restart and it's making paper. So, you know, paper is you only need paper for this, for lab equipment. So that's why I made a very small one. In the future, we can improve this. But now that leads me, and by the way, yeah, I made another farm here as expected. Now I want to stop relying on maintenance over here. You may remember we said this maintenance there is not gonna last us too long because it's requiring more mechanical part than what we can make here, etc. So instead we're gonna move it to now a real full bus. So that means, you know, the bus is gonna be over here. It is at level 1, so that it's easy to have something go under, easy to have something go over. And then when you do a bus like this, what I suggest is you always put 2, then you leave 1 space, then you put 2, 1 space, 2, 1 space. Because this way, this one can go down there, this one can go down there, similarly this one can go here. Right, there's always one way that can go down or up, actually, for that matter. Especially now that we can put, you know, those balancers at whichever level we want, right? 1, 0, 1, 2, or 3. It is really cool like this to have a bus. So in the future we'll have even more lane right in the middle. It may get to a time where this bus is also not big enough and we're gonna build a bigger one, but for now it's good. So we have the rubber. Rubber is only used in one place, right? The only place using rubber is to make electronics, so there's no point in putting in the bus. Instead, we're delivering directly where it's needed, versus, you know, if you look at copper or steel, we're gonna need multiple times copper and steel. So there is a bus, this one is for copper, this one is for steel. It is currently not going on the bus because it's not going anywhere, but it is also going first and foremost here. This is why we have those balancers there. I say first you go over here on this line, and if this is full, then you can go onto the bus. Similarly over here, I say first you go there, and if this is full, you go on the line. Why am I doing this? Well, because I want to make sure that any copper we have, any steel we have, goes first into the maintenance, right? This is going to be about maintenance. So we're making here, you know, electronics, right? And here we're making mechanical parts. So these electronics are going onto this one there, right? That's gonna be an electronics bus, and then similarly this one is for mechanical parts. this is a bus. But again, we're gonna have over here one of these flat balancer where I say priorities, you go here into the maintenance. Same here, I forgot to put it actually, so let's go. Priorities here. You go first into here, so you can see this is the mechanical parts, this is electronics. They go into those two storage to have a buffer, right? To make sure that we never have problem, or we have less problem with maintenance. We have this buffer. That also enables you to put a notification. Actually, I'm gonna put it at 25 because if it's 25, that means we already need to do something about it. And that will now go into those 3 maintenance depots, right? So let's build them. That's gonna give us a lot of maintenance, obviously reserved. That's why it says not enough maintenance, but that's fine. And with this, you know, I have also prioritized the one with recyclable. So that's why we have an output there, which is for now going on the bus. To be honest, it shouldn't really go on the bus because there's only one place the recyclable are gonna go, which is all the way over here. For now, I didn't build it completely directly, right? So I'm gonna have just one truck assigned to it. This truck, you know, is going to be doing from here to there. That's the only job of that truck. But that's not gonna be too much of a big thing. Yeah, I know I'm low on people because now I have multiple hubs of production, but one second. So the recyclable are then going to go into this waste sorting plant where we're gonna be able to take those recyclables and transform them into, like, separate them if you wish. They're gonna be separated into iron scrap, gold scrap, copper, and glass. Gold and glass we're not doing but right now, but we have iron and copper. So then all of this will go out over here, and then I'm sorting it with the U-shaped sorter, right? Where I'm saying basically, if you are iron scrap, go this side. If you are copper scrap, go this side. And we can see we have some already. Now I have also an alert on this one. We don't want this to be full, and we're gonna put an empty on this, like, be good to make sure they try to empty it basically. So with this, we're gonna start, you know, using the scraps into, you know, both of these, like here and there, instead of using the iron or the copper directly. So that will be good. Now that we have this, you know, let's make sure that this is priority 1, by the way, because if it's not priority 1, we could have problems. So yeah, this is going to start using, you know, all of these that we're making into maintenance. So we can actually stop, you know, this whole thing there. Let's go, let's stop it. I think it was barely working anyway because I had stopped the inputs going in. I'm gonna empty this one, good. And this one too, good. Okay. So that way, this is not needed anymore. We are going to keep that going just for now, because there's no reason why not, but for sure we will in the future just rely on this one, and that way we'll have more space there to do something else. The bridge is finally getting there. They're still not there yet, and to be honest, now that I'm going to delete this, I'm wondering about doing a new bridge over here. We'll see closer. Now there is a problem with this one, yes, because it's full of copper, so I think it's probably time to also stop that copper mine there for now. Unless I decide to make a mountain of copper somewhere. Do I have space for a mountain of copper somewhere? Not really, not really. And I don't really want to dump it into the ocean either. So yeah, I think we're gonna stop here for now. There's no reason to have too many, and even there I think we basically have too many guys on this one. Let's put only 2. Okay, oh, I can see that this is, we may be using a bit more water than what we have right now, but that's life. So I don't really need that warning, you know, it's a good warning to have basically, so that's fine. Okay, so yeah, we are starting, you know, a completely new bus. I started with the maintenance, that's definitely the key thing, but then we can continue, you know, we can have the research, for example, then we can have the construction parts, and later, soon, we're also going to have more things. Oh no, we have too many people because I forgot to and to pause this one. Oh, I see the water is getting low here. Yeah, I think we're starting to consume definitely a lot now. So we're going to have soon the desalination plant will be great there. But first, you know, I don't really have a choice. Let's expand one more here. Okay. Research is really starting now. Cool. We are gonna get this. So yeah, research lab level 3 done. Refugee is done. Good, good, good. I haven't done fertilizer yet because, you know, I'm waiting to start big mines there. There is definitely some terraforming that will be needed over here. I think we will soon stop dumping into the ocean and start making just a reserve of soil that we can use then for terraforming here, or even at some point, you know, we're gonna need to terraform, potentially like fill this back up with soil so we can have a gigantic city there. So that's the other thing we probably should keep in mind. Now that we have the maintenance working over here, you know, no reason to stop there. I think we're gonna start with the research, then maybe vehicle parts level 1 and level 2, and then for sure we need to move, you know, also the construction part, right? We can start putting everything line by line. And actually, I know I said I shouldn't have put potentially, you know, this one for the recyclables, but that means it's actually a perfect place to put now my research lab, because they also create recyclables, right? So I think we're gonna do something like this, turn it around, put the research lab over here, and then we can put research construction, and then, as I said, move to the other ones. In particular, I think it would be a good time to start getting into vehicle parts level 2. We will be able to make some glass soon, right? This is one of these over here I just mentioned, glass making. But also in the meantime, you know, we can even buy a couple of those glass with construction part level 3. So with this, we'll be able to upgrade our vehicle depot to level 2 and then unlock, you know, the bigger trucks and excavators. So that will be cool, so we can transport a lot more. I think sooner rather than later, we're also gonna need to, you know, upgrade over here our production of diesel. Once again, you know, it's a good time to do it now because we're gonna get the naphtha processing, reforming and cracking, and hydrogen production. All of this will enable us to make this a more efficient one. And the other reason why I think it's a good time is we are slowly but surely decreasing. You know, this is already below 50%. With all of the terraforming that we're doing there and here, etc. Also slowly but surely finishing this one, right? So I think indeed it's gonna be time. It may also be time soon to start digging some of this coal there. There is a lot of coal, but everything is underground. We probably won't be able to get the coal that's here, but at least the one there, and maybe, you know, we move the forest a bit further. That probably can be good. Wood has been okay right now, right? This is pretty self-sustainable forest, so I'm happy with this. But yeah, making these bus, you know, will help us also with having less trucks walking around, right? We may also upgrade soon this. Remember, we have the mixer level 2, which is double that, right? So that could be a good one to add maybe somewhere over here towards the end of this line. I think what I'll also do is probably create, you know, one storage of those things at the end, just in case we need some storage, for example, to fix a ship from time to time, those type of things. That could be good. And then, yeah, we're gonna need to go soon make some more food, right? We need to increase our population. Our food is not huge, so that's gonna be also an important one. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any requests, comments, thoughts. I'd love to hear, you know, if you think this update 2 has brought a lot to the game, as well as specific things you would want to see in this series. Right? We're definitely making progress. I'm happy with our progress, but there is still much more to be done. Smash the like button, and I hope to see you next time.